Hello, Sandy here. So this is a hangout specifically for subscribers on my email list. So if you're watching this and you're not a subscriber, this won't make much sense to you. So I invite you to get off the hangout. It's invite only. If you are a subscriber and you would like to actually come on the hangout and ask your questions there, then you're very welcome to do that. You need to click the second link I put in the email I sent you, or you can actually, yeah, no, that's what you need to do. Click the second link I sent you, or you can ask me a question in the Q&A. You just have to click on the Q&A button, and it will allow you to ask a question that I can see here directly behind me. I'm just going to switch around so there's a bit more light. Here we go. So I hope you're well. Thanks for joining me. I actually didn't get the time to make a cup of tea. I just have a bottle of water, as I was on a Skype with someone in Nepal, actually, which is the cool thing about having an online business, is that you can have friends and associates and partners all over the world doing what you do, and also being able to use what you do. So I don't know what you're doing exactly. Oh, and here's hey, Liselotte.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
That's okay. Cool.
Okay.
Welcome to. I was actually just thinking about you today. I was wondering, I hope Liselotte is okay with her flights and everything. For you all set for going to Charlotte?
Yeah,
Yay!
I'm packing to
And what time is
tomorrow
your flight leaving?
at noon from Sweden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, directly to Charlotte, or are you going somewhere first?
No, New York and then Charlotte.
Ah, okay, cool. And you know that when you
Yeah.
get to New York, you probably have to take your baggage when you change.
Yeah, I know that. I
You
know
know that.
that.
You've done that before. Okay, cool.
I'm not going
I
to
just
forget my bag.
Yeah, like that happened to me when I I went to Denver, and I had to
Yeah.
change somewhere in America, and I didn't realize. I thought the bag would just automatically change, and about 10 minutes before the flight was leaving, I realized, oh my God, I have to get my bag. So it was extremely stressful. So
Yeah.
just gonna make
Yeah.
sure you have it. Oh,
I have made that with New York and what was it?
you've done
Costa
that.
Rica, I think, and so I remember.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a plane about to go overhead now. Ah. um, Speaking of which, oh, so
So are you going to get your plane? Are you
oh,
going to catch the plane?
well, just one. Sorry, it's weird actually because I've realized from doing hangouts where I am right now that I can't hear anything when the plane goes over, but people on the hangout can still hear normally. It's not very loud. So, what did you say, Liselata?
Are you going to catch the plane? Is the strike over or how?
Well, this is what I'm. The strike is on, and
It's
in
on?
fact,
Okay.
yeah, in fact, it's getting worse because it looks
Ooh.
like about 50% of flights in the town where I am are cancelled at the moment. But my flight is, I think it's going to be okay because it's the very first one of the day. And
Okay.
I posted this on Facebook actually because I didn't know this until this week. But
Mm-hmm.
what happens is with the first flight of the day,
Mm-hmm.
the planes, it's quite rare for the plane to already be there. It normally comes in from somewhere else, and the crew that comes with the plane, they stay overnight, and they charter it back out the next morning. So those
Aha.
flights don't tend to be cancelled because it has a whole crew waiting for it. Whereas
Okay, that's good.
yeah, whereas the other flights, they're just planes coming in, so they can say don't come here because we can't accommodate you because of the strike.
Ah.
So my flight is the very first one, and I'm hoping it will work.
Oh yeah, it has.
Yeah, I'm demanding. I'm
Have
not
to
even just
go.
hoping.
You have to be
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Demanding of the universe that it does.
Yeah.
So yeah. So this hangout is actually I'm just doing it for people who subscribe to my email list because I realized that some people have questions and that because everything I do is on the internet and that you do too, Liselotte.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to just have some like a proper chat.
Yeah,
um,
that's really good. I have some questions about how I can do this and that. So this is going to be just Yeah,
Cool.
really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can I'll just share something before we get to questions then about
Yeah.
that I learnt this week that was really I found really useful actually, that I know any of us can apply when you have an online business. And it was actually about how, a lot of people think that you have to build something that reaches millions of people.
Mm-hmm.
And actually I would like to do that. That's my sort of target. I'm writing a book that I would like to reach millions of young people. um, but when it comes to selling something on the internet, you don't have to have millions of customers per se. What you can actually do is focus on 1,000 fans, like people that really like what you do, not just like blind followers, because you don't want people to sort of just not have any of their own, will or like a
Yeah,
spirit.
yeah,
You want them to
yeah.
be their own people, but they like what you do. They follow it, and if you recommend something, they do it. Or they buy it, or they train on it, or they learn it. And it was actually how Tim Ferriss, author of the 4 Hour Work Week, he the book which actually helped me so much with traveling and starting to work from my laptop. And it's a book which is all about how the traditional way to work in this reality on this planet is, you go to a work and you work from 8 o'clock until 4 o'clock or 9 till 5. You do 8 hours a day. You live at the weekend. And his whole book was about how, well, what if you don't have to do that? How can you organize your work so that it doesn't take up all of your working day? Even that expression, working day. So it doesn't take up all of your time, and that you can actually do other things like learn to dance or do activism or
Mm-hmm.
learn languages, go and work in an orphanage, whatever you would like to do. And so when he was writing this book, his publisher did not have a big budget for the promotion at all. In fact, like zero budget. And what he did was he learnt about this concept that I'm sharing right now, the 1,000 fans concept. There's a really good blog actually which explains it, which I'll post. Where can I post that?
Yeah, I was,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I'll post it in the event, like the Google event, so
Okay,
people can go and
yeah,
read it.
good.
Yeah, and so what he realized was that he didn't have to focus on everyone, and this is the really key part. He had to focus on the people that would understand what he did,
Mm-hmm.
what he'd written with his book, and would want to be involved with it, would want to read it, would want to be inspired by it and to go and change their lives in some way because of it. And so, like, the idea is that instead of casting your net out to everyone, you focus on building a group of people, making it bigger, but you're not much more than 1,000 people. And so this is what he began doing. He began contacting bloggers, people that had similar kind of interests that he felt could benefit from his book. And he would go to places where he could meet them, like blogging conferences, and he would say, look, he wouldn't tell them all about his book. He would ask them questions about what they did. He would listen to them, and then he would say, and they'd ask him, well, what are you doing here? And he would say, well, I have a book that I'm about to bring out. I think that part of it might help you, actually. And then he would explain what that part was, and he would send it to them. And so these bloggers received copies of his book, but with only the section that was relevant to them. He sort of took some time to do this. But the end result was that even though the book itself didn't have much promotion budget from its publisher, because of the work that Tim had done in contacting these bloggers and journalists as well, and you don't have to do exactly what he did. It's more like the strategy is what I found really useful, not the actual exact details.
Mm.
But it worked because he built up, like a tribe of people that were like, yeah, this is a great book. I'm going to talk about this, tell people, connectors, people who would know other people. And the book went to number 1 on the list. It it became a bestseller. It's been a bestseller for years now. Oh, and we have Ryan coming on. Hey, Ryan. Cool. but we can't see you right now. We just see your a blue face. So you might need to turn on your camera. Oh, and we lost him. Ah. It might
Come
take
back.
Ryan, if you're having trouble getting in, it can take a few clicks sometimes. But yeah, basically, the book became a bestseller, and Tim teaches this now to other people. He's like, whatever your project is or your business, have a think about the kinds of people who would benefit from it, and look at where you can focus some attention on it. Like, for example, how I've been applying this to me, and you'll be able to sort of get some ideas, I think, from me sharing this, is I thought, well, okay, I have an online business. Who would want to be mobile? Who would want to have something where they can travel? And I began thinking of people that want to travel, people that homeschool their children that aren't tied to a physical location. I thought about people who've been through illnesses, because this is actually why I started traveling, because I went through a serious illness at a young age. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah. And also because of the time factor, the fact that when you do something on the internet, it you know it does not need to take up your whole day. There are times when you will be busier than other times, and there's some times when I am on my computer a lot. But then there's other times, like today, I've barely done anything.
Mm.
I sent an email about this hangout. I did one Skype, and I made a post on Facebook. This is it. This is like my working day so far. And
Nice.
you know, and so I thought, well, who would like to not be in front of their work 8 hours a day? And I used to be an activist, and I thought, well, actually, one of the case studies in Tim's book is an activist who created an online business that only took up about 10 hours of his week, and he spent the rest, but it gave him a full-time income, and then he spent the rest of his week doing activism. And I loved that, because when I was an activist, everyone was broke. I was broke. We were all, it was just like the normal way to be. And what I realized after getting ill was that we don't have to live in a perpetual state of struggle. And I really want to become the change that I want to see in the world, which I've wanted for so long, which is to have less struggle. I realized that instead of fighting for that, by becoming it and inspiring other people to know they could do that, and it's in particular young people, then I could become more of that change. So that's how I'm applying this concept. And so I
Yeah.
would, yeah, like
So my first thing,
go for
uh,
it, Lisa.
what you're saying, it's like, yeah, you're often broke when you are an activist or something. But if you can find a way to get money in, loads of money in, you really can change the world. If you're not going to sit on them and become greedy, but I don't think people do. But it's
Yeah,
the way you need to have them to change it, to change the
totally.
way. So that's so interesting. Instead of just screaming and
Yeah,
get
right.
nowhere. So if we
Exactly.
can get our hands on the money, then we can change the world.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like one of my friends, a Facebook friend, I haven't met her in person yet, but she has her great grandmother, sorry, was a doctor, and she worked all her life. And when she retired, she'd saved up enough money that she could buy. She bought a whole forest, like a huge amount of woodland. And why did she do that? She did it because she knew it was under threat from people that wanted to buy it and turn it into, like, apartments and things. And she created a beautiful reserve. And when I read it, it literally gave me tears in my eyes because it was so amazing. This retired woman, most people would think that when you hit retirement, that your best years are behind you. And I just have never, I think that's bullshit. Personally.
Yeah.
I know, I know you can probably agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, exactly. And this woman, she bought this forest, and she turned it into this reserve. She spent all her time like planting in it, and now it's a place where children go, where schools go, and they learn about nature, they learn about animals that live in the woods, and it's just a beautiful thing. And I
Yeah.
know for a fact that, if she'd been broke, she wouldn't have been able to do that. And that's the kind of change that I want to be part of, is being able to do stuff like that, not just talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
let's do it. So, do you have any questions, Lisa Lotta?
No, yeah, it just came up when you're talking about this. Also, how you can. I'm like this with my ecological products, and I see how I can come out now with them to just show how you can live and how you can have natural stuff on you, and this thing. It's I started to find a way to go out with my message, or maybe
Yeah.
my yeah, people who is interested in it. There's a lot of people that are very interested in it now, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of chemicals and shit in the stuff we are buying today.
Yeah.
So this is funny way to do it.
Exactly. By actually sharing it, and in
Yeah.
fact, I was thinking of you because yesterday I was in a French supermarket, and they have here color classifications for how many chemicals are in products like toiletries.
Okay.
And it's like blue is the least amount. Then there's green, then there's red, then there's black. And my friend was looking at all of them, and it blew my mind. This could make a good blog article for you, because he noticed that the kids' products, the cheapest ones, they had a black color, but it's very unnoticeable. I didn't even know this existed in France until a week ago. And some of the products that had this green packaging, like they said herbal toothpaste.
Oh yes, that one. That I was writing about today.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. When you click on it, no, not when you click. I'm so used to talking about the internet. When you look at it, it's
Organic, they call it green, put it in
yeah,
green colors, and a lot of shit in it.
totally. It's amazing. I was going to buy a cream. I don't normally buy creams in supermarkets, but because I'm traveling tomorrow like you, I was looking for a travel sized, and the one I found, it was like argan oil, and it had like a picture of a tree on it, and it was like all this exact same thing. And when he told me this, we looked, and it was black, and so I put it back because it's so deceptive. So you could have a think about who are the people that would want to hear about this the most, who don't perhaps quite know about it yet, or like mothers springs to my mind,
Yeah, yeah,
like mothers, or anyone with like any sort of skin issues
yeah.
or healthy
A
eating
lot of
issues.
things you can do to go away from the chemicals to help your skin in different way. Or if you're oily skin or have dry skin, or like you say are allergic to something, there's a lots of things you can do yourself that is natural. So
Yeah.
yeah, I really want to go out with this. And do you know what? The soap is ready, so I'm going to bring you one coconut.
Ah, yay. Okay, cool. Excellent. I wonder if
Yeah.
you could make your site in English as well, like eventually. Because
Yeah, I do the blogging in English now.
okay.
Yeah, but it's a little bit like yesterday the blogging video blog I put up. It's the language. I feel so silly. Oh, I sound so silly when I speak English.
Really? Oh my
Okay.
God. No, you have a lovely accent.
No, but then I try to find words when I do the video. But okay, it's a learning curve. I know.
Yeah. And you know what, Lisa Lotte, if I can just share a perspective that helped me with this a lot, which I would ask yourself, how can you use it to your advantage, your accent?
Yeah.
Because when I remember when, yeah, exactly, like the first time I went to America for an event like tomorrow's event, I felt really I felt like I sounded like a British fuddy-duddy, like I was too quiet. and I felt like I wasn't being loud enough, and I wasn't being kind of like American enough. And so, and that was literally how I felt. I was walking around listening to all these people be like, "Hey, awesome, let's do this," and I was like, I felt like here's me going, "Okay, yeah, let's do that." So, and so I was about to make a video with them, Abram and Nikki, two of my mentors and colleagues, and I said to them, "Oh, let me just put my American." I can't remember what I said. I said I'll just channel my inner American.
I lost you. I lost you. No.
Ah,
I'm back.
hey.
I have to just, I think it was my net or something that broke down.
Oh, you broke down too. Oh, because mine.
Yeah, here's a lot of thunders going and stuff like that. So yeah,
Ah. Oh no.
could be
Yeah,
that.
there's storms over Europe.
Where were we?
I know. I'm like,
Where
huh.
are you?
Oh, I was just talking about the whole accent thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how it can actually, if you're making videos, Dieselata, people might actually, like it because you don't sound like other people, because you don't sound American or you don't sound British, you know?
I haven't thought of it that way. Thank you. It helped a lot.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah, because I like
Yeah.
listening to your accent. I'm not just saying that. I
Um,
mean it genuinely because it's kind of when it's an accent you don't know, it's kind of musical sounding, And in
yeah.
fact, so funny, as we're talking about this, there's a bird here
Yeah,
making a lot of
I
noise.
know it. It's
He only
beautiful.
makes noise when there's something he likes that I'm talking about, I've noticed.
You want to be in the hangout, have something to say.
Yeah, I know. He's like, hello. Oh,
Okay. Yeah, but really nice to hear that. So yeah.
yeah,
Then,
exactly.
yeah, then there is just a little bit of the technical stuff that I have to figure out. I haven't figured out how to uh, get the videos in with a badass button and so on. That you have to teach me later on. Uh,
Ah, yeah.
it's just
Oh,
so
I have a
boring.
page
When
that
I post
sends
it on my Facebook, it's just boring text and nothing. So I don't. It's not like inviting to people.
yeah. Okay, I have to send you something because I actually just finished it
Yeah,
yesterday.
just send me something if you know some link or
Yeah,
something I can watch.
exactly. That
When
explains
I
it.
see it once, then I know how to do it.
Yeah. Cool. Yep, that's fine. I'll do that right after we finish actually.
Yeah.
Um, cool, because then you can I also recommend using Bitly as the final thing. Like it's a free link cloaking website. Well, not link cloaking. It basically lets you change your links because what a lot of people found
Yeah,
was
and
that
okay.
yeah, it's I would still use the because you're blogging on the Empower blog. I would use the badass blog, the badass button,
Yeah.
and then either share that, or then you can also put it into Bitly. But the page I'll send you
What did you
explains
say
this.
called BitLink? Or
Yeah, like a bit and then ly.
ah,
Um, yeah, it's really good because and actually anyone can use this. It's a free tool, and what it does is it lets you shorten your links. Because sometimes if you have a blog, you have your blog name, then it has the slash blog slash, then the
yeah,
name of your blog title. It
yeah.
could be really long. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, exactly. Here's my massive blog post.
It doesn't take
And
too
people are like,
long to watch
whoa. It's not very catchy. It's like if you went up to someone and said, "Hi, my name is Sandrine Florence Levesque from Hampton, England."
it.
So what you can do is you put your link into Bitly, and then it will allow you to change the end of it, and you can just use one or two words. You can even just use the automatic one it gives you, which is like numbers, but it will change it. So you either use the automatic or customize, but
Okay.
then it will also track the number of clicks you get. So,
Woohoo!
which is really good. It makes it really fun actually because then if you're posting something every day, you can see how many people are clicking, and you have more of a sense of the progress. Like because normally what should happen, the more you blog and start to build up an online presence, the more people start to click. Because you start to have I think it's like you planted a seed and it starts to grow. So in the
Yeah.
beginning, it can be a little bit like, oh my God, 2 people clicked on it.
No, no, no. I'm so okay with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know I have to be what you call it consistent to go
Exactly.
there and go there and go there and go there and
Yeah.
do a new vlog each day, and
Yeah,
I'm in for that. I
exactly.
I don't get sad or if I see no one or one. You have
Cool.
to start someplace.
Exactly. And I think that's a for any entrepreneur, really getting that is one of the most important things we can do, because so many people who want to be entrepreneurs don't get that. They're like, why is it not like, like a job where I just go and it starts instantly?
Yeah,
um,
but it's really fun to make the video vlogs. I have a good portion of laugh at myself when I start to when I watch them and what do you call it? Yeah. I can't find the word. Ah, to
well,
fix
from
the
what I
videos, to clip it, what do you call it? Cut it and stuff like that.
edit it, yeah, when you're editing it.
God, I laugh at myself. I said a lot of stupid things, but it's funny.
That's okay. You know, in fact, I've only watched one of your videos in Swedish, Liselotte, but I could feel that you were being very open. Just it was like you were chatting to a friend, and that's a great thing to do on a video. Is that you want
Yeah.
um I know the videos that I enjoy watching the most is when I feel like the person's being themselves, and
Yeah.
it's not like some weird, you know, trying to be. When something doesn't feel quite authentic, it doesn't. Yeah, it's strange.
Then you have to watch the one I put out there yesterday. I'm down in my laundry and hanging, take down
Okay.
my clothes for the trip that I'm going to pack.
Ah.
So it's in the basement, a lot of trousers and stuff.
So very authentic then.
Yeah.
Here's my here's my underwear.
Yeah. I made
Excellent.
what the party you had proclamation party. So
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't go there, so I made my own video about it.
Oh, oh cool. I have to watch because I've been a bit busy with the plane situation, so I got off my I haven't been on Facebook as much. So I'll have a look then later.
Sandra, when I share one question, when I share the blogs and the videos, should I just go out for public or should I uh, click for the team as well? Or how do you? Uh,
Ah, you can just put public.
Yes.
Um,
No, okay. That's
exactly. What happens is that when you start to have a team and like people
okay. Now I got it. Yes,
people
well,
post to them.
I get it.
Yeah, exactly. That way,
Yeah,
other people can everyone can see. It goes onto your public blog.
yeah.
Yeah,
Then I do
cool.
it the correct way.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, let's I'm gonna send out a time for those of us in Charlotte to meet on Friday. Um, so I'm just working out what time's going to work because
Yeah.
of where everyone's coming from. But I'll send something on Facebook before I fly tomorrow morning.
Oh, it's so
And
exciting.
yeah, so we'll see each other either late tomorrow night American time or on Friday for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Friday because I'm my hotel. It's a little bit. Uh, I have to take a taxi to the event. It's 10
Okay.
minutes with car or taxi, but it's too
Okay.
long to walk.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
you'll be there on so probably Friday then because you're arriving at 9. I think the social will be kind of finishing about 10. So
yeah,
uh, so let's meet at the venue on Friday then. Yeah.
absolutely. I look forward to that.
Yeah, me too. Oh, cool. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming on, Liselotte.
Thank you for having
You're
me.
welcome. I love it. You've gone from not having done any hangouts to like 2 in 2 weeks. I love it.
You're really funny. I
Very
like it.
cool.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I'll see you on Friday. And oh, and if anyone's watching who didn't put your question in time, because I didn't see anything on the Q&A here, then just email me afterwards, and I'll answer it by email. Okay? So and someone sent a comment, but I can't read it. So I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm not sure what it means. I think it's about English speaking, but yeah. So if that's for Slamet, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what your question is. um, but cool. I'm gonna go and finish packing. I'll see you on
Yeah,
Friday,
I
listeners,
am.
and
See you
have
on
a great
Friday.
night. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye. Bye bye.